Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom.
Developer interviews.
My name is Neil Ticktin. I'm the editor-in-chief and publisher of MacTech Magazine. We're here doing the TUAW MacTech interviews with developers, talking about OS 10 Mavericks and iOS 7 and what the new announcements and new features and things coming down the pike as we get more and more information about Apple mean to them and how it implements their product. With us right now is Greg Goldfarb. He's the CEO of Flint. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking the time to be here.
Sure.
So why don't we start off with, we're starting to hear good information now about Mavericks and, in your guys' case, more importantly, iOS 7. What's your favorite features of that you're seeing on either of these?
Yeah, I think to me the two on iOS 7 that jumped out at me were AirDrop and then what some of the evolution of Siri.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to be able to see what that looks like on stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be interesting to see how much better Siri actually is. And is it really working a lot better, or is it kind of struggling along in the way it has been a little bit up to today? Flint's got some really innovative stuff going on in there, and I remember the first time I saw it, I was, wow, really? That's pretty cool. But I think a lot of people don't necessarily know who Flint is. Why don't you tell us what Flint does?
Sure. So Flint is a mobile payments company where anyone can, just by having an iPhone, can accept credit cards just by scanning the numbers off the card in a secure way instead of having to use external hardware.
Right.
And then Flint also enables small businesses to easily reach back out to their customers, whether it's through email or through Facebook testimonials. So we're all about simplifying both payments and repeat and referral marketing for the smallest of businesses.
Yeah, and what's really interesting, because I think you use the word scanning intentionally in there, but for people that have never seen this in there, you take your phone, and you use the camera of the phone to do the scan. So it feels like you're taking a picture, but the difference is that you're never storing that image on your phone, and that's why you use that word scan.
Yeah, no, it's very, we did a lot of user testing, and we number one, we never capture an image of the entire credit card. We extract just the main digits, which is really where the pain point is in terms of automating entry.
Sure.
And nothing is stored on the phone, so it's actually more secure than many ways of accepting payments today.
Most ways, maybe, of accepting payments. It's always astounding how we do things in this country in particular with it that no other country would ever do.
Totally.
I mean, a waiter would never take your credit card away from the table in another country. It's like, no offense to waiters out there. But,
the cool thing is, it's like other apps all you need is an app on your phone and you're good to go.
Right. Which
is like everything else that has become an app, whether it's cameras or handheld GPS or alarm clocks. It's really simple.
So what do you see as some of the things that that we're hearing about iOS 7? How's that going to impact what Flint is doing? What do you think is going to make the difference here for you?
Yeah, I think so. From an overarching point of view, we're all about delivering the lowest friction way for a mobile business to interact with their clients or their customers, and to both in terms of transactions as well as follow-on communications. And so we are actively looking at digital modes of interaction from phone to phone.
Right.
And so I think AirDrop has some really interesting possibilities relative to how it interacts with things like Passbook and other forms of content that you could imagine. So
integrate that in with the payment, maybe create a deliverable back to them or something along those lines. Very interesting.
Yeah. And in a standard kind of a standards, I'll be Apple standards oriented way, but in a way where we can put tools in the hands of millions of merchants that are instantly useful with minimal shift in consumer behavior.
It's awesome.
Right?
That's awesome. So do you see some of the features? Talk a little bit about in the enterprise VPNs and VPNs per app and stuff like that. Does that help an app like yours, or are you doing things already in a secure enough way that it doesn't give you really an extra layer?
Yeah, we definitely have a high degree of focus on security already, and we are a PCI compliant platform end to end. But we're always interested in additional possibilities. So we need to look at it.
Great.
And there may be possibilities. We as a company have our own Flint-based application, obviously, but we also partner with other companies that are looking to bring this capability to their audiences. So it could be interesting in that context.
Sure. Now, one of the things that's unique about Flint, or at least very unusual about Flint, is this whole post-sale interaction that happens with social media and stuff like that. it's a little hard to for a lot of people to grasp what that looks like in there. See if you can explain that a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, it really starts from the point of view of many businesses have set up things like a Facebook page because it helps with word of mouth marketing. But at the same time, most businesses find challenges in really getting it to work. They say, hey, how do I really get customers to post content there? I don't have time or the energy to do this one-off activity. And so what we say is, hey, wouldn't it be great if just when you send a receipt to your customer, they're prompted to post a review on Facebook? And so we integrate this whole social word of mouth phenomenon into day in and day out commerce in a way where, hey, as a consumer now it's easy.
Right.
If I'm opening a receipt, I'm obviously thinking about the business. We've already transitioned from an offline transaction to online. And I just click a button, I type, and that automatically, because of our embedded Facebook application, that review or that testimonial flows both to the merchant's Facebook page as well as to the consumer's friends.
There you go.
So we're breaking down the barriers for these small businesses to really enable social.
Well, it's part of that whole frictionless type of
it's just, at the end of the day, you've got to deliver the biggest benefit to users with the smallest behavior change.
Right.
And that's what we try and do both across payments and this whole marketing,
Totally
follow-up, repeat and referral marketing.
So do you give, for the businesses that are a little bit larger, are there ways for them to also get that data from you and kind of work with it, or kind of take subsets of it, or even all of it, or integrate it, or whatever?
No, so we fundamentally believe that the data belongs to the merchants.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can log in at night, you can go to flint.com and log into your customer activity portal.
Mm-hmm.
Where not only do you get social analytics, so you can see at a glance which of your customers are posting things about you through places like Facebook, and you can also see how they've rated your business through a private rating, so you know, these are people rating me 5 stars, I want to interact with them.
Right.
As follow-up, or these are people who rated me maybe as
1
2
star.
stars, and I also want to interact with them.
Got to deal with that one.
So there are things like that, but we also, unlike others in the space, we give, if you get your customer's email, because you send them a receipt, we give you your customer email addresses back in a way where you can search them by what the person bought, and then you can reach back out.
Right.
So we give full data access to our merchants.
And do you guys have an API or anything like that allows people with a little bit bigger systems to do that in a little bit more automated way?
We do. So we've got a private API, and this comes back to, we are building an ecosystem around Flint.
Right.
And so when we work with partners, we enable them to get access through this data and surface it in their online formats.
Cool.
And manage it on that that way as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come by and tell us a
Thanks.
little bit about what's going on with Flint and where you guys might be headed a little bit there. My name's Neil Ticktin. I'm the editor-in-chief and publisher of MacTech Magazine, and these are the TUAW MacTech interviews with developers to talk about iOS 7 and OS 10 Mavericks and what they see coming and what they see as implementing down the road. We appreciate you listening. Thanks.